Today, we're diving deep into a really specific and powerful archetype, the one for people born on January 11th. So if that's your birthday, you are absolutely going to want to stick around for this.
So, let me ask you straight up. Were you born on January 11th? If the answer is yes, you're part of this really cool group of people we call visionary builders. So what does that actually mean? Let's get into it.
At its heart, being a visionary builder is all about this incredible mix. On one side, you've got the super grounded, disciplined energy of Capricorn. But on the other side, you have the deep spiritual intuition of the master number 11. Now, in numerology, master numbers like 11, they just operate on a whole different level, a higher vibration. And 11 is the number of the spiritual messenger. We're talking major intuition, insight, and a real connection to a higher purpose. It's a seriously rare and potent combination. So let's break down these two worlds that shape you. Just imagine it, right? It's like a meeting point where the solid, practical earth meets the endless open sky of intuition. This is literally the foundation of who you are. Now, this is where it gets so fascinating, because these forces seem like total opposites. But for you, they work together perfectly. As you can see, Capricorn brings the discipline and the structure, the how-to. But master number 11 comes in and fills that with intuition and a grand vision. So you don't just build things, you build things that matter. It's your earthly practicality getting a boost from a higher spiritual awareness. And your astrological blueprint, it just doubles down on all of this. You're ruled by Saturn, the planet of discipline and wisdom. Your element is Earth, which keeps you grounded and practical, and you're a cardinal sign, which gives you that natural drive to lead and start new things. This is the builder part of your personality, loud and clear. But it's not just the stars. The day itself, January 11th, it carries its own unique energy, its own frequency. This is where that visionary part of you really comes to life, making you someone who can see possibilities way, way before anyone else even has a clue. Okay, so we've got the foundation down. Now let's turn inward and look at your inner compass. We're going to explore how all this energy shows up as your personal strengths and, just as important, where your biggest opportunities for growth are. All right, first up, let's talk about your superpowers. These aren't just personality traits. They are the inherent gifts that come with being a visionary builder. These are the tools you were born with to make your mark on the world. Just look at this list. You're not just ambitious, you are purpose-driven. You're not just a thinker, you're a visionary. This powerful blend makes you an amazing creative problem solver with a deep well of emotional intelligence and a spirit that is fiercely independent. You see the big picture, and you have the discipline to actually make it happen. Of course, with every great strength comes a potential challenge. So let's talk about those areas for growth. And I don't mean weaknesses. Think of them as opportunities to get to know yourself on an even deeper level. You see that amazing intuition of yours? Well, it naturally makes you more emotionally sensitive. And that sensitivity is the source of your incredible empathy. But it can also lead to overthinking or feeling like nobody really gets you because they just don't operate on the same wavelength. That deep inner world you have can sometimes be tough to put into words, which can lead to moments of self-doubt. The key is just to remember that these are two sides of the same very powerful coin. So, how does this complex inner world actually play out in real life? Let's get into how the visionary builder shows up in relationships, with money, and in their career. When it comes to relationships, you are not here for the superficial stuff. That master number 11 energy is always pushing you to find deep, soulful connections. You are intensely loyal and protective of your people, not just in your actions, but in your whole spirit. Your sensitivity makes you a partner who feels things incredibly deeply, and you take commitment very, very seriously. And hey, if you're curious about who gets you, your grounded yet intuitive nature tends to vibe really well with fellow earth signs like Taurus and Virgo. They appreciate your stability. And also water signs like Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, because they just understand your emotional depth. Now, when it comes to money, yep, you guessed it, that dual nature shows up again. Your Capricorn side is a genius at long-term planning, while your intuition can lead you to make some brilliant financial moves. The challenge? That same sensitivity might lead to emotional spending when you're stressed or make you hesitate to really invest in yourself. So the key here is to always trust your gut, but ground it in that practical structure you naturally have. So where do you really thrive professionally? Well, pretty much anywhere that vision meets discipline. You're born to lead, to guide, to create, and even to heal. So ask yourself, what am I building, and who am I inspiring while I do it? That's where you'll find your sweet spot. And all of this, it leads us to the final and honestly the most important question of all. What is the ultimate purpose of the visionary builder? What are you really here to do? Your purpose isn't one thing or the other. It's both at the same time. You are here to use that incredible vision of yours to inspire people, and then use your discipline to build the real, tangible, meaningful things, whether that's a company, a community, or a family, that bring that inspiration to life. So let's end with this thought right here. The ultimate key to unlocking all of your potential is to trust yourself and have the courage to be emotionally open. When you can do that, when you embrace all of who you are, you don't just succeed, you create a powerful, lasting impact on the world around you. So the only real question left is, what will you build?